Please be seated. I am Ben Ayers, Dean of the Terry College of Business, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you, students, family, friends, and honored guests, to the Undergraduate Convocation for bachelor's degree candidates from the Terry College of Business. Today, we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2022. You have reached a major milestone in your lives. You graduates and everyone who cares about you are deservedly proud of you accomplishing this goal, fulfilling this dream, and being on the doorstep of the next big chapter in your lives. This is truly an exciting time. As graduates of the University of Georgia and the Terry College of Business, you are joining a proud tradition of academic excellence and personal and professional leadership. Degrees in business have been conferred by the University of Georgia for over 100 years, and it's truly a remarkable history, characterized by durability, adaptability, and graduates who serve and leave effectively in their professions as well as in their communities. Every year throughout our history, the business education that we delivered has evolved and has changed with the times. It's been our expectation of you as graduates that you've learned and developed an analytical mindset, a deeper understanding of when it's time to step forward and lead, and when it's better to step back and follow. A curiosity around innovation and an openness to new approaches and novel thinking, a greater appreciation for ethical practices as well as sustainable growth, and a willingness to ask questions and solve complicated problems not only for your customers and your clients, but also in your communities. Our faculty, your instructors, have traveled down this path with you into curiosity, inquiry, and discovery. They are recognized for their impactful research and their excellence in instruction. And Terry's undergraduate and graduate programs have been elevated by their national reputation. Currently, 13 of our programs are ranked among the nation's best, including 7 of our programs ranked in the top 10 among public business schools. For our graduate, what this means for you is that your program of study has helped you develop the perspective, the skills, and the confidence to be effective leaders in the companies that you will represent and the businesses that you will build. Your success in the future is vitally important to all of us. Now, it's my honor to introduce the platform party representing the faculty who taught you and the academic leaders who have supported you along the way. As I introduce each individual, I ask them to please stand and remain standing, and I'll ask the audience to please hold your applause until everyone on stage has been introduced. We begin with alumni representative Greg Rizzo. Greg's granddaughter, Caitlin Kohlberg, is among our graduates today. Next is Laura Clark, Director of Undergraduate Programs, Randy Grooms, Director of Diversity Relations, Rob Hoyt, Head of the Insurance, Legal Studies, and Real Estate Department, John Hullen, Head of the Marketing Department, Marie Boudreau, Head of the Management Information Systems Department, Bob Vandenberg, Head of the Management Department, Annette Polson, Meg's Professor in the Finance Department, Chris Cornwell, Head of the Economics Department, Holly Shramsky, Lecturer in the J.M. Toll School of Accounting, Sarah Fraker, Senior Director for Finance Administration, Shantanu Chatterjee, Associate Dean for Diversity, International, and Master's Programs, Mike Farr, Associate Dean for Research and Executive Programs, Henry Munike, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs, and today's keynote speaker, Ruth Bartlett, a retired partner of Frazier and Dieter in Atlanta. In addition to the distinguished faculty and guests on stage, there are a number of Terry professors that are here today. Our students have benefited greatly from the opportunity to learn from these outstanding educators. Will all faculty please stand and be recognized? I also want to acknowledge the faculty who will be taking turns reading the names of our degree candidates today as they cross the stage. Margaret Chris from the J.M. Toll School of Accounting and Jennifer Osborne of the Department of Marketing. They have a big job in a ceremony like this, and we thank them for their efforts. Thank you. We are so pleased to have Ruth Bartlett join us today as our keynote speaker. Ruth is proudly one of our own. She grew up in Atlanta and never goes very many weeks without a trip from her home in Hilton Head, either to come back here to Athens or to Atlanta. She's a graduate of the J.M. Toll School of Accounting and enjoyed a distinguished 42-year career in public accounting. Almost 30 of those years were spent with the Atlanta office of Frazier and Dieter. Ruth is also a servant leader. She served on the Terry College Alumni Board for 8 years, including chairing our board in 2005. She also went on to serve the university as president of the UGA Alumni Association from 2015 to 2017. And Ruth is also a trailblazer. She was chosen to lead Frazier and Dieter's growing audit department and was the firm's first female partner, and she was the first female to serve as president of the Georgia Society of CPAs. Finally, and perhaps notably, Ruth is a person who honors her commitments. I'm going to let her explain that last part to you in just a minute. So, without any further delay, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Ruth Bartlett.
Thank you, Dean Ayers. It's an honor to be here with you and the class of 2022. When he talks about honoring our commitments, I was asked to be Convocation speaker 3 years ago, so it's been a long time coming in the making, and third time is the charm. So today is a great day to be a Georgia Bulldog. In my volunteer positions with Terry and the university, my favorite experiences have always been those spent with students. Whether it was speaking to a class, interviewing accounting students on campus, or mentoring students, I've always been impressed with the students and the energy I get from you. When I was president of the UGA Alumni Association, my favorite event was presiding and getting to speak at commencement at night, which will be held at Sanford Stadium this evening. I'm hoping most of y'all will attend that ceremony as well. It'll be well worth your time to have that common concluding experience with all of your UGA classmates. And you'll be welcomed this evening by the current UGA Alumni President, Yvette Daniels. So now I'd like you to just take a moment and look around, look at the people next to you, look maybe behind you, try to find your friends and family up in the stands. We're always so busy. Yeah, give them a wave. Excellent. We are often so busy, we forget to just take in the present. And I want you to feel the energy that I feel up here speaking before you, here in the Coliseum. Being back in Athens also makes me think of all the things that are special to me about Athens, like ringing the chapel bell, the Hertie Fountain at night, the bridge and Sanford Stadium, the vibe of downtown Athens, and of course, our arch. I even had a replica of the arch made for my fence gate down in Hilton Head, so I get to see it every day. My hope for you is that in 40 years or 10 years or 50 years, when you return to the university, you'll have those same fond memories that I have. So we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to talk to you today about doors. That's right, doors. the doors you went through to get to UGA, the doors you've gone through since you've been here, and most importantly, the doors that you will find when you cross the stage today. Doors are portals to opportunity and challenge and adventure. These experiences are part of what have made you who you are today and who you will become. Now, physical doors allow us to pass between spaces, but metaphorical doors open us up to all possibilities of life. At some point in time in high school, you began to think about where you wanted to go to college. Getting from there to here required you to go through many doors. And early one Saturday morning, you went through the door of a testing center to take your SAT or ACT. You've also passed through doors of ambition, determination, dedication, and tenacity. Getting admitted to, succeeding at, and graduating from the University of Georgia and the Terry College of Business is not easy. It's the combination of those physical doors and symbolic doors that propelled you here today. When you got to UGA, even more doors appeared before you. Hundreds, if not thousands, at Brumby and Cresswell and Russell, the doors at Bolton and Snelling for your late night study breaks, exercising over at Ramsey, and our lovely doors we have all around the Terry Business Learning community, labs, study rooms, and classrooms. The doors to professors' offices and faculty are always open to you, and we have a great team of faculty and staff here at Terry. You're also facing doors of decision and choice. Who will my friends be? Should I join a fraternity or sorority? What will my major be? How many times might I change my major? Should I secure an internship or perhaps a study abroad? And then there's the doors that we Terry alums have helped you open. Holding mentoring sessions with you, interviewing you on campus, speaking in classes, and on and on. I can tell you we Terry alums care about you now and about your future, and we will continue to be here for you. In fact, I'll give a shout out. I'm sure there's a number of Terry alums that I went to school with and folks I've met through my involvement in Terry and the university that are here today, so thank you for being here. My hope is that each of you will grow into that special Terry alum, helping students just like yourself one day. But the most important doors that you will face in your life will not open automatically. There won't be someone there holding them open for you. No, the important doors are often most difficult to open, whether for fear of what's on the other side or whether you determining whether you think you are capable. Do not let those fears and concerns matter to you. It's in conquering your doubts that we strive our own greatness. So that brings us to this momentous day. Your college days will end in an hour or more when you pass across this stage and through the doors of the Coliseum. What doors await you out there? What experiences await you? What challenges might you face? There will be jobs, of course, and I understand that most of you already have jobs in hand, so congratulations for that. So I believe it's important when you pass through the doors of the Coliseum today, you will begin to define success for yourself. Of course, you want to be successful professionally, but I think that's a narrow definition of success. I'd like to share just a couple thoughts on what success has meant to me. In January, if some of you all were there when Kirby Smart spoke in Sanford Stadium just after winning the national championship, he did a quote from Henry David Thoreau that said, "Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it." And I suspect you will all be soon very, very busy. But my one takeaway for you today is, while building your career, also build strong personal relationships. I'm retired now, but I still stay very busy. I had a 42-year career in public accounting and believe that I achieved, I would say, financial and professional success. However, my greatest reward has come from relationships that I have built and continue to cultivate today. Whether they were personal relationships with people at my firm or my family or clients or folks that I worked side by side in volunteer roles. It is the personal relationships that continue to propel me into a fulfilled life today. So as you move into that next chapter of your life, the working world, think about how you will define your success. Obviously, you want success at work, but think about how to make your life fulfilled. How might you build strong personal relationships? If you're like me, I think you'll appreciate getting involved in activities outside of work, maybe activities in your community or with your faith, or volunteering for nonprofit organizations. Perhaps you'll get involved as an alumni with Terry or positions at UGA. So shortly, you're all going to be graduates. And I think you know that all graduates automatically become members of the UGA Alumni Association. We keep in touch with you through your email address, so please plan to keep that email address up to date with the university. When you start your careers throughout the country or even abroad, know that we have alumni chapters that will invite you to events. And I encourage you, please stay connected to Terry and to UGA. So in closing today, I hope I've earned the privilege of your time. Thank you again, Dean Ayers, and the class of 2022. Be thoughtful about the doors you open in the weeks, months, and years to come. Hold strong to your definition of success. Serve your community and serve others. You now represent the Terry College of Business and the University of Georgia, and I know you're going to make us proud. Go Dogs!
Ruth, thank you so much for your inspirational words and also being a person who has opened many, many doors for others and how you've set a great example for all of us. We have a small token of our appreciation to thank you for serving as our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thank you.